Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of JC Bass Fishing Channel. Today we're going to talk about how to repair the cork on your rods. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Alright my friends, so we all have these old rods laying around that we have been using for a few years now, and the cork is going bad and they're dirty and they need to be cleaned up and fixed. Well, we're in the winter time. A lot of people don't spend a lot of time going out fishing as much as they do during fall or during spring. So it's a good time to if you stay at the house, take advantage of that and get your rods back to, giving some maintenance, getting back to the standard they need to be so they are ready for your next fishing season. So today I'm going to show you how to get an older rod. In this case, I got an older rod right here. And if you can see, the cork is very dirty. As you can see right here, it's dirty. And it's got a lot of holes on it, and we're gonna repair that, and we gotta get it all cleaned up. So it's got two small pieces, as you can see right here. Let me see if I can get these two to there we go, right there. So you can see it's very dirty, and it's got some pieces that need some repair, and two small pieces. So we're gonna repair that, and I'm gonna show you how to get that done. Now, the materials that you need to get this done, it all varies with with different people, the way they like to do the cleaning. But I like to clean them with the Clorox wipes. So I use this type. This is the Great Value, the Walmart Value. It's the same thing. It's got Clorox and they clean. So that's all they need, and they do a pretty good job. Other people like to use the Mr. Clean sponges, and that's fine. As long as you can get them all cleaned up and ready to get a repair, it's fine. Whatever you can use. Now, the other thing that you're going to need is you're going to need some wood filler. I got some wood filler, and I'm using the natural color because after I'll go ahead and get it all sanded, I want it to look natural. So I get the natural color for this. I got sandpaper. I got two different sizes of sandpaper. I got 120. I use 120, and I use 80 course. After you get it all smooth and nice and clean, you wipe all the residue off it, get it all cleaned up, let it dry a little bit, and then you apply the repair stuff. Okay, and I'm going to show you what else you're going to need. You're going to need one of these sponge paintbrush, or whatever you want to call it. It's easier to use this than to use the Cork Renew brush. This brush that is in here, this is the one that I'm using. Okay, there's a few out there. This is the one I like. It looks thicker, and it takes a little bit longer to dry it up, but it gives thicker cover, and it lasts longer. But the brush that is inside of it, I don't like it. It's too stiff. So I get these sponges right here, and they work fantastic. Now, after you use this sponge and you apply it, it's no good anymore. So you got to make sure. What I do is I cut this over here, and I cut it in smaller pieces, and it works perfectly. So this is what I use to get it done. And finally, the last thing that you need is some 1-inch tape and some scissors. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut it and protect the size of the rod, so you don't get sandpaper on it, and you don't get some of the Cork Renew or some of the wood on it. It kind of protects it. So this is for put them on the side. So these are the materials that you're gonna need, and Now we're gonna go into repairing the rod. All right, my friends, so we're gonna start cleaning this. And before I start cleaning the cork, I'm gonna take advantage and wipe down the rod and clean up the rod, get some of that dirt. It's been in storage for a while now, so I'm gonna go ahead and start using this rod again. It's a great rod, and I'm just gonna wipe it down and get it cleaned up. You know, it's good always to maintain the rods, because these things are not cheap, and the better you maintain them, the longer they last, the less money you have to spend on rods, and they will look good. So you got to do this every once in a while. All right, so we wiped it down a little bit. We got some of that old nasty dirt. Okay, so it's good to go. So now we're gonna go into the cork over here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it wet. We're gonna start wiping, and you're gonna see as the dirt comes out and it soften up, and that's why I like to get them wet a little bit, so it soften up a little bit, all that dirt and all that ugly stuff from the old days. So anyways, we're gonna fast forward this process, but you get the idea. Just turn it and keep on cleaning until you get it all cleaned up and nice looking. All right, so this is the way it's gonna end up looking when you finish wiping it down and cleaning it. It looks very clean now, very different to what we saw at the beginning. What we're gonna do now, next step, is we're gonna put tape right here, here, and here, so we can protect the rod and these areas. And we're gonna go ahead and start applying the wood filler so we can fill all these holes that you can see right here in the rod. All right, my friends, so I already put the tape on it. It's simple, just go around, cut the pieces of tape and put it around. You can see right here the tape and the areas that I put it at. So you got tape right here in the front of the cork, in the back, right on the rod. Same over here, and protect the rubber piece on the back right here. So that's it. Now we're gonna apply the wood filler, and we're gonna go ahead and get some wood filler, and we're gonna start applying it. I do it with my fingers because it's easier to get it, especially when you're gonna get it in these deeper holes. So I go into the holes first, and I cover all the holes first, and then after I do that, then I go and cover the whole cork, because I want to make sure that all these holes are covered and filled before I spread the wood filler all over it. All right, so once we complete the wood filler, it's gonna look something like this. Okay, you're gonna cover the complete cork with the wood filler, and then you're gonna let it dry for a few hours. I say between 3 to 4 hours. Let it dry. Make sure it's completely dry. You can also use a blower if you're in a rush. You can use a blower and blow some air to it and dry it quicker. I'm not in a rush, so I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit, and then I'll get back to you guys when it's dry. So the next step is gonna be the sandpaper. we're gonna start with the we're gonna start with the 80, which is the thicker one, and we're gonna bring it down and level everything. And once we level everything with the 180, I mean with the not the 180 but the 80, then we're gonna go to the 120, which is a smaller, softer one, and we're gonna sand it evenly, make sure that the cork looks good, that all the holes are filled. And once we do all that, then after that we use a rag, just a little bit damp, not much, so we can get all the dust out. And after we get all the dust out, we're gonna let it dry. And once it's dry, then we're going to applying the cork renew protection, and we let it dry 24 hours, and it should be good to go. All right, guys, so I'm back. I already used the sandpaper, and like I said, I started with 80 first, and I sanded all the wood filler all the way down. And if you can see right here, let me make sure I get this so you can see it right there. You can see all the holes are filled with the wood filler, and I used the 120 sandpaper to soften everything up, and that's why you can see that the cork looks brand new. So it's a big change from the way we started to what it is right now. So what we're gonna do now is already clean, it's already dry. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna use the cork renew right here. Let me see if I can get it over here so you can see it right here. Cork renew. And we're gonna use the little piece of the foam brush or applicator, and we're gonna apply it, and then we're gonna leave it to dry overnight, and hopefully tomorrow will be nice and shiny and protected. And that's basically how you renew, fix, and retouch your cork. All right, my friends, this is the completed finish fixing of the cork on your rods. Look at this. It looks fantastic. A lot better than the way it was. So it's a simple process. It just take a little long because you gotta make sure that everything dries and stuff like that. You can do it normal and just let it dry by itself, or you could use a blower or a fan and let it dry quicker. But this is the end state. Now I gotta get a reel on this rod and put it to work. So thank you for watching the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell. Don't forget to comment. I appreciate the support. Thank you.